Hello, my name is Grace, and on this channel I'll talk about a mess, and not only, but today is going to be a mess. I'm particularly using a cane because I'm using a cane, so that's something I can talk about because I'm not using a wheelchair just yet, so let it be a cane. And the problem with using canes and some kinds of stigmas around them among people with multiple sclerosis. What triggered this idea is the fact that I see a lot of people with MS who are shy or resistant to using a cane, and I can see two factors contributing into this situation. The first one is obviously a psychological one because it's like in your head when you start using any kind of an aid, you think you have experienced a defeat in this fight against MS, but there is no fight. MS is a progressive disease and things are just deteriorating, and you need to keep living somehow. And using a cane, a walker, wheelchair can help you to retain some kind of independence. So that's how I see it. But in a lot of people who see life with MS as a fight, they're fighting and they're losing and they don't want to admit it, but this is their choice not to use it. Okay, but the second factor, and it's quite a big one, is that people are looking. People are looking, and I'm used to it, wherever I go, I always have people looking at me because Alexa, I don't know why, but probably because they see this young girl who's quite attractive and who seems to be okay, but she's using a cane. Why? And they're looking. Sometimes they can even come up to me and ask, "Oh, why are you using a cane? You are so young." But I have learned to say, and I have no problem with saying, "Please go away. I'm not going to answer your question." It is very tactless. And I don't see it as a problem, and I don't think a lot about it. But for a lot of people with MS, I know for all the girls with MS who I know, they refuse to use a cane because they are very uncomfortable with it. They are uncomfortable with people watching. And this is something a person without a cane can't experience. When I say people are watching, they're watching. Because, for example, I have a very active social life. I go to bars and restaurants very, very often, and I'm, at least where I live, I'm always the only person with any type of disability, obvious disability, visible disability, let's put it this way. Because people with disabilities, they don't like going anywhere because people are watching. But as I see it, people are watching because people with disabilities don't go. So they're watching because there's something new and something unusual. And this is the message I'm trying to get across. People are looking not because they wish you bad, because they're angry or mean people. No, they're looking at you because that's something unusual, because they're curious of what happened to you. It's just basic human curiosity. It's not necessarily bad. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but as long as people who are uncomfortable with it, they keep hiding, the society will never get used to it. So we need to make people around us accustomed to the fact that we are all different. So that's why I see no problem with going out, and I particularly see no problem with people looking at me. But another thing, I have a really shitty eyesight, so I don't even see it. Usually my friends tell me, "Oh, everybody's looking at you." Unfortunately not because I'm extremely beautiful, but because they see my cane and they're like, "What the fuck happened to her?" So if you need to use a cane, it's absolutely fine. It doesn't make you any worse as a person, or it's just something that you need. It's like people with bad eyesight need glasses. It's I see it as the same thing. Maybe you don't see it this way, but it can help you to be a little bit more mobile, go to places where you can't go without a cane. And in the future, probably it will be a wheelchair or a mobility scooter. The only problem I have with wheelchairs and mobility scooters that sometimes I live in a place with zero disability-friendly environment. But overall, as a person, I see it as a tool which can help you to try to continue living your life, going to places and experiencing things. So I don't see it as something that is going to kill me. Yes, it's not going to make me happy, but this is something that will help me to continue living. And now, so please, if you are using a cane and you are for some reason shy, or please don't be, or you can always send me a message or something. I can tell you lots of funny shitty stories which happened to me and my cane, and questions that people asked me. And if you're not comfortable with people asking you a question, just say, "Please, I'm not going to answer this question. Mind your own business. And that's all. That's literally what I say. I say it extremely politely. I am never rude, but I always say I'm not going to answer your question. You're curious, good for you, but I'm not comfortable. And maybe people will eventually stop asking questions and they will see that we're all different. So, yeah, that's basically the point. I wish you all a great day. Mwah. Love you loads. Stay healthy and don't be afraid of anything. Okay? Bye.